We welcome you here to Red Wilson Field on a beautiful sunny afternoon here at Yarmouth Dennis. The Mariners and the Red Sox set to finish out Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Final. With Luke Brenneman, I'm Gino Antamarino. So what happened last night, Game 2 should have been ended, but after 3.5 hours after first pitch, no lights here at Red Wilson Field. Because of darkness, the game got pushed to today. First pitch is slated for noon as we head into the 13th inning. But a game that the Mariners gave up the first run back in the third, but then Harwich scored 6 in the fourth. Really had a nice rally going. Aiden Robbins back in the lineup, had himself an RBI single. Ernie Echeverria followed him up with a 2 RBI single. And that was the point, Luke, that we kind of said, okay, the Mariners are in a really good spot the rest of this game because you have the guys showing life. That was the first inning that the Mariners had more than 4 hitters face a YD arm. It was the first inning that they recorded a run this series. And we thought, okay, this is it. This is the inning. They're getting the monkey off their back, and they're going to hang on the rest of the way. That's the Mariner way.
It was the inning. And I love that you said it's the Mariner way because for our audience that's tuned in to you and I this entire summer, we've talked about it. You even said it last night. You cracked a joke because it felt like a Harwich rally would never end there in the 4th inning when they put up the 6th spot. And you said, well, now if I had to guess, knowing the Mariners, they're not going to score again the rest of the game. And we kind of laughed, and it was casual. The Mariners had a 4-run lead in the 6th inning, but it ended up happening. But the thing that is least expected was now the 5 unanswered runs from YD because they didn't all come in one inning. They didn't all come in one rally. They scratched 2 away in the 7th, another one in the 8th, the tying run in the 9th. And then ever since extra innings, the pitchers have dominated, and now a whole new day today. It's kind of a weird feel, Gino. And it's truly going to come down to whoever's ready to play from the get-go because one run, obviously in the bottom of the inning, could walk it off and end this game, but one run in the top half from Harwich can be the difference.
You're absolutely right. And Steve Englert, the manager for the Mariners, understands that. Actually, the only team in today's contest to take BP. Getting his guys ready to go, ready to hit. And Scott Pickler, the manager for the Red Sox, we talked to him before the game, and he said he felt it was the best decision to just take cage reps, not to partake in BP, just to keep the guys as, say, refreshed as possible, coming off of a long game yesterday and just ready to go today. But this is a Mariner team that wants to win today, obviously. Backs against the wall. If they lose, they are eliminated. They're done for this season. If YD wins, they will advance to the championship and become a 4 seed that has gone to the championship series undefeated. The last one to do that was Harwich, actually, back in 2019, and they were swept by Katuitt in the championship. So YD, I don't want to call them underdogs because clearly they have been one of the top teams all summer long. It was just the way the summer kind of played out with their seeding and how they finished out the year. But Scott Pickler said this is a group that's very talented, and if they want to go all the way, they will do it. But he's still waiting for that extra gear from his guys. He wants to really see his Red Sox put in what they want out. And so the Mariners trying to make sure that they can hang on in this contest. The clock here on the scoreboard at Red Wilson Field reads 2 minutes. The umpires talking things over behind home plate. Same umpires as yesterday. Jim Fonseca behind the dish with Michael Chuckerman at first, Ryan Damari at third. For the Mariners, it's going to be 3-4-5 due up for Harwich with Ryder Brooks on the mound, the UC Irvine product. As YD now takes the field. You can hear the fans erupt. They're going to be ready to go, and they have to be. Getting set for the 13th inning. Brooks so far this summer, 7 appearances, a 4 ERA. He's gone for a total of 9 innings, has given up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 12 strikeouts in those 9 innings. The left-hander throws a 3-pitch mix, a sinker, sweeper, and changeup. He will have to face Garrity, Conti, and Robbins. Pat Foltz should be listed as the 5-hole hitter, with Aiden Robbins being 6. But Robbins, with his batting gloves on, his batting helmet on, taking practice swings. But those are the 3 standing up, taking practice hacks by the dugout. So we'll let you know if the order changes any, if at all, with substitutions, pinch hitters, whatever the case may be. But obviously, Luke, a little bit of a different feel. You got to come out. There's no feeling out process. You got to be ready to go.
And I think they are ready to go. Steve Englert knows that. This Harwich team got here at Red Wilson Field at 9:30 this morning and hit a full batting practice, took a full infield and outfield. YD, about an hour before, they were in the cages. They took some ground balls, but that's a given. If you're Scott Pickler, your team is loose. You're up a game in this series. You're playing with all the momentum in this contest. Heck, they've scored the last 5 runs, Gino. But for Harwich, it's that approach when your back is up against the wall. I'm looking at this game, Gino, as whoever scores first wins the game. Obviously, for YD, if they score first, the game is over. But for Harwich, I trust Muskar out of the bullpen. Tanner Duke has a good inning in him that's scoreless. In a game like this, if you can strike first in the top half of the inning, everybody, it's impossible for your mind to not immediately jump to tonight and a Game 3. So it's up to Harwich in this inning right here. You can't come out slow. You can't come out and take a quick strike down the middle, get in a 2-strike count, and then play from behind. You got to jump on this YD team, jump on the reliever, Ryder Brooks, who's been a starter all year, maybe not comfortable in the 13th inning of a game. That kind of feels like the first, if you ask me, Gino.
All right, Ryan Garrity about to dig in. The crowd erupts. Garrity gets set from the left side. The defense for YD in the outfield. We'll get to that after this first pitch. Lefty on lefty. First pitch, fastball misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. A back pick by Carreras. He fumbles it, throws to first. It pulls Costello off the bag. Garrity is safe.
That is right on cue, Gino. Whatever team is going to treat this 12 o'clock first pitch of the 13th inning like it is the 13th inning and be ready to play now deep in extra innings. And right there, Carreras has been sure-handed all summer. He's made play after play in this game going back to last night. But he can't pick the backhand hop there. Garrity busting it up the line, the throw's offline, and you have your fastest base runner on first base.
Conti digs in from the right side. He shows bunt, throw back to first. Garrity back with his right hand first. The infield for YD, Chris Akopian at third, Jack Bell at short, Yomar Carreras at second, Nick Costello at first. Catching is Connor Capisi. Conti showing bunt again, another throw back to first. Garrity back.
Hakopian is running all the way in towards the diamond, almost touching the dirt at the end of the infield grass closest to the right-handed hitter Conti. With Garrity's speed, it would be crazy to think that YD would try and make a play for the force at second base if Conti lays this bunt down.
Conti showing bunt again. Here's the pitch, takes it away. Fastball down the middle for strike 1.
If I were Steve Englert, after seeing how far Hakopian is, knowing Conti pulls the ball, I would tell Matt Conti to rip one of these high fastballs right down the third base line. If it hits Hakopian, then so be it.
The outfield, Jordan Crossland in left, Jace Tarnish at center, Will Baker at right for YD. Throw back to first, Garrity back with his right hand.
Conti, a cleanup hitting, power hitting catcher. Maybe not a guy through the entirety of his baseball career he's been asked to lay down a bunt, but these are the games. These are the games for the Mariners. It's not for your draft stock. It's not for summer ball. You're trying to win here, and a bunt is necessary.
The 0-1. Taps the bunt. Foul down the first base line.
Well, there goes the bunt. So now you got to dig back in, choke up a little bit, and try to advance this runner any means possible.
0-2 the count to the rising sophomore from Wake Forest.
First pitch fastball that he pulled the bunt away from was center cut. Probably a good pitch to just try and bunt right out in front with Garrity's speed would have advanced him. Now you're really battling 0-2.
Brooks kicks and throws back to first. Garrity's back. Garrity, great game for him. He's got 3 singles, an RBI, as well as a stolen base and a run. He leads off of first with Conti at an 0-2 count. Ryder Brooks takes a deep breath, kicks and fires. Fastball misses outside. First ball of the count to Conti.
So you know this is a huge spot. I know the game's just kind of starting up here, but in the 13th inning, if this was extended into last night, Conti's job is to get this runner in scoring position. This at-bat is a failure if he cannot do it.
No outs. The 1-2. Fastball just off the plate on the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A borderline call that Conti laid off.
Virtual zone on TrackMan says it was center cut, strike 3.
Conti might have gotten away with one there. The 2-2. Golfed into center. Jace Tarnish not having to move much. He gloves the liner right at his face. One away.
Ball was hit really hard, just right at the center fielder, Tarnish. Now you have a tough lefty-lefty matchup in Fultz. I think the message is still pretty simple. With Aiden Robbins on deck, the batting champ of the Cape Cod Baseball League, Fultz is still trying to get this runner in scoring position. Obviously, Fultz may swing away, a good average guy for the Mariners this summer. He can get a hit, but everyone knows who's on deck. Everyone knows there's a left-hander out there, and Robbins rakes left-handed pitching. I think you got to give your guy a chance with a runner at second base.
Throw back to first, Garrity back diving. So Conti retired for the 5th time in this game. The only time he reached was a hit by pitch in the 4th. Eventually came around to score. Fultz with a single, as well as 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a run. Lefty on lefty. First pitch. Fastball high, ball 1.
Sinker, sweeper, changeup. Nothing with extreme velocity from Ryder Brooks. Got to get ahead. He has really good off-speed stuff. The breaking ball just dives in and out of the strike zone. But if he hangs one, you got to crush it at a ballpark like this.
1-0. Popped up foul over the dugout for the Red Sox along the third base side.
That's the sinker, just at 87. A little bit noodly, kind of comes in and out. A fastball that definitely moves more than most, and that's how Brooks gets away with good stuff, throwing a fastball sub 88.
1-1 the count with 1 out. Top of the 13th, tie ball game, 6 apiece. Throw back to first, Garrity is back diving. Garrity led off this frame with a single. One the count to Pat Fultz, the senior from Wright State. Another throwback to first. Garrity is back. Really trying to make sure Garrity stays put. We talked to the coaching staff for the Mariners, and Garrity and Brini, they said those are our top 2 premier base stealers. They've got the green light the majority of the time. The 1-1 to Fultz. Liner to the left side. It's in and out of the glove of Hakopian, who sprawls out, gets into the outfield. Garrity takes off for third. The throw comes in. The tag there. Wow. Trying to be greedy, Ryan Garrity was looking for an extra base. And the throw comes in and beats him out. Jordan Crossland was shifted a bit to the right as that ball ricocheted out of the glove of Hakopian. It was a hard hit ball, got into the outfield. And Crossland followed it up and threw out Garrity, trying to take off for third.
Garrity hesitated, rounding second. Then he decided to go. That was the difference on the play.
Foltz at first with 2 outs. Here's Aiden Robbins, lefty on righty. First pitch. Fastball on the outside.
I mean, we talked about this guy up right now. If you're Harwich, you have to know who's behind you. If it's a 9-hole hitter, if it's not the batting champ of this league, maybe you risk it. You can't hesitate regardless if you're Garrity, but first and second, 1 out with Robbins at the plate sounds a whole lot better than now 2 down runner at first.
1-0. High and outside. Robbins with an RBI single back in the 4th. He eventually scored. He's got on 2 other times off of walks. Also has a stolen base to his name in this game. The 2-0. Smashed into right. Will Baker goes over and he overruns it. The ball drops back at the wall. Foltz rounds past third. The throw comes home. Foltz dives. He's in safely. An RBI double for Aiden Robbins that brings home Foltz from first. And Robbins is flexing and yelling from second base.
Gino, off the bat, you said it right. The ball was hit really hard to right field. Will Baker came in. I thought both of us were wrong because I thought it was crushed as well, had a chance of getting the wall. Baker had no idea where the baseball was, throws up his hands, it ricochets off the wall, and Robbins puts the Mariners on top. This is just the gift that keeps on giving in Harwich. This guy simply will not leave. He will not quit. He's been battling an injury for the past 2 weeks. And now, with the backs against the wall, an RBI double in the 13th inning. Aiden Robbins is that guy in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Wow.
Give Foltz credit, too. Coach Tebow at third base. The windmill was on the whole way. A nice slide avoided the tag of Capisi. I mean, that was as bang-bang as they come on a play that I think if Baker had a read on it, he probably catches.
Absolutely. The Mariners take a 1-run lead in the top of the 13th with 2 outs. Aiden Robbins bringing in the run to take the lead. Steve Englert comes out to talk with his catcher Ernie Echeverria up at the plate, the 7-hole hitter for the Mariners. We've seen this time and time again from Steve Englert. Just getting in his head, giving him some words of wisdom, what to expect, how to handle this at bat. There's 2 outs with Robbins on second. Obviously, if you're the Mariners, you don't want just a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the 13th because YD, they've got some hard hitters.
I mean, an Echeverria hit right here, if it can score Robbins, would do wonders for Harwich. A 2-run lead, 3 outs to get, and then you force a game 3. This is coming to play right now. Echeverria's already delivered once tonight, or I guess last night.
Echeverria, 2 RBI single back in the 4th. Lefty on righty, first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Echeverria, just 19 years old, a rising sophomore out of UPenn. 7 games in a Mariner uniform. Before today, had just 1 hit. The 1-0. Fastball on the outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
For the guy who doesn't throw very hard, Ryder Brooks really needs to get ahead to use the breaking stuff. He starts finding the zone with a sweeper, a slow curveball. The Mariners can hit that hard.
Brooks looks back at second. Robbins dancing. The 2-0. That's an inner edge fastball for strike 1.
Gee, that's a pitch. Center cut. Echeverria knew what he was going to get. Staying passive in a left-on-right matchup. Ernie swinging a hot bat. You have a left-handed hitter in Harris on deck. Grip it and rip it here.
Brooks throws back to second. Robbins is back standing.
Aiden Robbins got some swag over there, Gino. After his hits tonight, looking at the
absolutely.
dugout. He knew Brooks was coming back before anybody else did. Kind of struts back to the bag. Everybody look at me for good reason.
Brooks toes the rubber, kicks and deals the 2-1. Misses low. A nice block from Capisi behind the dish. Ball ricocheted off the dirt and hit the lower part of his chest protector. Keeps it in front. A 3-1 count to Ernie Echeverria. Robbins on second with 2 outs. Mariners up by 1 in the top of the 13th.
Got to get a pitch to hit here, Gino.
Brooks comes set. The 3-1. Down the middle. Strike 2.
That's that exact situation I'm talking about. With a left-handed hitter on deck, you got to know, Echeverria, you're not trying to walk in this situation. You're good against left-handed pitching. You were good to get a center cut fastball. He got 86 right over the heart and stayed away.
Works the count full. Brooks trying to end the top of the 13th. And a pitch clock violation. Wow. Echeverria smiling as he chucks the bat to the Mariner dugout and takes his spot on first. Ball 4 off the pitch clock violation from Ryder Brooks.
Doesn't change much. If you're YD, you kind of shake that one off. You now have a force at a couple different bags, a left-on-left matchup with Harris.
Runners on first and second for the Mariners. Lefty on lefty. YD infield shifted to the right. First pitch to Harris. Misses low, gets away from Capisi, in and out of his glove. He shuffles, scoops it up, and makes sure Robbins stays put at second. 1-0 the count to Sam Harris.
Harris
1 for 3 today with a single back in the 4th with 2 walks. Didn't mean to steal your thunder there, Luke. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
I was going to say the same thing, Gino. He's gotten on base tonight. 2 walks, a base hit, and no bigger time for another one of those than right now.
The Mariners' first baseman touches home with his black-collared bat and digs back in. 1-1 the count. The offering. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Changeup on the outside. 1-2 the count with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Mariners up by 1 in the top of the 13th. With 2 outs, here's the 1-2. Runners go. Harris blasts this one into right center. Will Baker trots in and makes the head-high grab for the 3rd out. The Mariners score their first run of the game since the 4th inning as we head into the home half of the 13th inning. And who else to come through for the Mariners than Mr. Harwich himself, the returner on the championship team last year, Aiden Robbins, an RBI double that brought home Pat Fultz. The Mariners looking to protect. We'll be back. The home half of the 13th from Red Wilson Field on the Mariners Radio Network.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they are ready for every job.
Welcome back to Red Wilson Field. Bottom of the 13th. The Mariners tack on 1 to break the 6-6 deadlock. Harwich up 7-6 thanks to an RBI double from Aiden Robbins that brought home Pat Fultz. The Mariners backs against the wall. An elimination game 2 on the road at Yarmouth Dennis. A game that started last night, and because of the no lights here at Red Wilson Field, the game had to be continued into today. The Mariners looking to protect Tyler Muskar on the mound. He faces off against 8-9-1 in the Red Sox order. It's Connor Capisi, Nick Costello, and Jace Tarnish as the order turns over. Lefty on righty, first pitch. Fastball on the outside, ball one. The defense for the Mariners in the outfield, Aiden Robbins in left, Nico Brini at center, Ryan Garrity at third. We'll get to the infield after this next pitch. The 1-0. Fastball on the inner edge for strike one.
Huge spot for Muskar. Everybody knows what happened when he came into the playoffs against Brewster. A walk and a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded. A chance to redeem himself and send the Mariners into a Game 3 with 3 outs.
Muskar comes set. The 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2 the count now. The infield, Pat Fultz at third. Tanner Marsh at short. Rather, that's Sam DiCarlo. At second, Jake Coonan. And at first, Sam Harris. Catching is Ernie Echeverria. Here's the 1-2 to Capisi. Jam shot. A weak pop-up down the right field line. Sam Harris from first backtracks and makes the head-high grab. There's one away in the bottom of the 13th.
Good at-bat from Muskar. Nothing but strikes, got ahead, did what he's supposed to do against the bottom of the order. Then weak contact, a nice play from Harris. But a pinch hitter coming up in Dean Carpentier. He really hits left-handers hard and has some pop in his bat.
Dean Carpentier digs in from the right side. Lefty on righty. First pitch. Fastball on the outside. Carpentier, a rising junior out of USC. A .273 average this regular season. 1-0, popped up, straight back, and out of play. Ball dropping in the middle of some fans congregated right next to the bleachers. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Lefty on righty. The pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. The YD crowd yelling out, "Come on, Dean." His team's down by 1. The 2-1. This is outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch gets away from Echeverria. Just whiffed out of his glove and hit the backstop. No runners on. Obviously does not mean anything. 3-1 the count. Muskar trying to settle in. He kicks and fires. Popped up, straight back. Echeverria rips the mask off, trots over towards the backstop and makes the head-high grab. 2 gone. An F3 and an F2 in the bottom of the 13th. The order turns over. Jace Tarnish, 1 for 6 today. A double and a run back in the 7th. One of the top hitters in this YD team, despite his numbers for today. Lefty on righty, first pitch. Fastball on the outside, ball 1. Tarnish came into this game 7 hits on 14 at-bats in this postseason. 1-0. Hard hit liner right into the mitt of Pat Fultz as he lunged to his right and picked it in the air. Are you kidding me? The Mariners have a date with the Red Sox later tonight at 5:30 at White House Field.
Defense wins championships. Pitching wins championships. 2 out RBIs win championships. A 13-inning thriller that in the 13th the Mariners come up clutch with a 2-out RBI hit. The Mariners make a mistake on the bases but pick themselves up. And then Muskar throws strikes. Harris a nice play. Echeverria, sky-high ball in foul territory. but none better than that sparkling play from Fultz on the hot corner.
On his backhand, nabbing it at his ankles as he went down with his right hand, propping himself up, picked it. What a game. A game that was too good to just be a one-day thriller. 7-6, the Mariners take it. Luke Brenneman is going to grab Aiden Robbins after bringing in the game-winning run. While he does that, just breaking down the game that lasted 13 innings and what that means for Harwich heading into this evening's game at at White House Field. Wow. The Mariners started the game, gave up the first run to YD in the third. The Mariners responded, scored 6 in the fourth. That was the inning we talked about at the beginning of this continued game today, you can say. How important that was for the Mariners to find their offense at that stage of the game. Before that, yesterday or 2 days ago, the first game of the series, the Mariners had just one hit. No Mariner reached second base in that game. The YD Arms faced the minimum until the ninth when they faced 4 Mariner bats. It was a domination from YD as well as their defense in game 1. The Mariners went 1-2-3 in the first, second, and third in game 2. And then in the fourth inning, Nico Brini started things off with a leadoff single. He was brought home